Hey, what's good everybody? It's Lance again, and today I'm going to come at you with my 2018 Oscars predictions. I've been wanting to do this for a while, and I'm finally getting around to it. These are my Oscar picks, the people that I think should win versus the people that I think will win. I'm basing my predictions off of what the Academy has done in the past, as well as who has won all these other Critics Awards, the Golden Globes, SAG Awards, and just like everything intertwined. That's kind of just like how I'm going to put these predictions together. I'm going to show you exactly who I think should win based off like my personal taste, my personal favoritism will be played into this as well, but who I think should win will be different than who I think will win, if that makes any sense. I'm not going to do Best Documentary or any of the Best Shorts categories because, first of all, I haven't seen any of them. I'm just going to start from Best Foreign Language Film up. So, for Best Foreign Language Film, the nominees are A Fantastic Woman, The Square, Loveless, The Insult, and On Body and Soul. I think the two frontrunners in this category have to be A Fantastic Woman and The Square. The Square won the Palme d'Or at the Cannes Film Festival a year or two ago. It's been giving a lot of these awards left and right from different places, and that's probably the reason why it will win here. However, A Fantastic Woman is my personal choice, who I think will win and should win. I haven't seen The Square, but I think that The Square has, given from what I've heard about it, it's a crazy film. Like, there's a lot of things going on in the film, and it's also like over 2 hours and 30 minutes long, as opposed to A Fantastic Woman, which is only an hour and 44 minutes long. So I'd have to say that who I think should win, A Fantastic Woman, and who I think will win, A Fantastic Woman. However, I wouldn't be surprised if they gave it to The Square, or if they give it to another film such as Loveless, which I hear a lot of people love and adore as well. Now for Best Animated Feature, the nominees are Coco, The Breadwinner, Loving Vincent, Ferdinand, and Boss Baby. All these nominations are good. Well, maybe for the exception of Boss Baby, I haven't really seen Ferdinand, but I have seen Loving Vincent, and I have seen Coco. I have not seen The Breadwinner yet. However, a lot of people are saying that might actually be a good contender for Coco to compete with, because Coco is obviously the film to beat here. In this category, Coco has the most momentum going into it, and Coco probably will and should win. However, I wouldn't mind seeing Loving Vincent take it because I loved Loving Vincent. Saw it the other day, loved it. I think the story is very simple, but what they were able to achieve with the oil on canvas and how they were able to replicate Vincent van Gogh's style of painting, I think was just beautiful. And it left me with like a warm feeling in my heart. So did Coco. So I wouldn't be surprised if Coco just won it. But if Loving Vincent won it, that would be cool too. But I'm going to go with should and will win Coco for this. For Best Visual Effects, I think there's no question that Best Visual Effects this year has to go to War for the Planet of the Apes. I wasn't overly fond of the film, however, I do believe that the CGI in that film was stunning. The motion capture work combined with just like the visual effects, everything about that film, for me, visually was great. So I think that the CGI definitely has to go to War for the Planet of the Apes, and I think it will and should win for this category. For Best Sound Mixing, it could go either two ways. It could go to Dunkirk or it could go to Baby Driver. In my opinion, I think it's going to go to Dunkirk. However, I wouldn't be surprised if Baby Driver took it. Should and will win Dunkirk for this. I think that even though I love Baby Driver and I hope it wins something, sound mixing definitely would go to Dunkirk, considering the fact that it's a war film. It's a whole bunch of stuff happening in the film, so much like visual and sound energy in the film, and I believe that the Academy will award it for Best Sound Mixing. As for Best Sound Editing, I feel like I would like Baby Driver to win. But I have a feeling they're going to give it to Dunkirk, so I'm going to say that they should win Baby Driver, will win Dunkirk. For Best Song, I really want Mystery of Love by Sufjan Stevens to win. I think that if he won, it would be probably one of the biggest upsets of the night and one of the most refreshing upsets of the night, because I really adore that movie and I love the songs by Sufjan Stevens. He's just incredible. I really would like him to win. I think they're just going to give it to either Remember Me or This Is Me. Who I want to win is going to be Mystery of Love by Sufjan Stevens for Call Me By Your Name. For Best Score, who I want to win undoubtedly is Johnny Greenwood for his brilliant work on Phantom Thread. However, I think that they're going to give it to Alexander Desplat for The Shape of Water simply because he's been winning all these other awards. For Best Production Design, I think it's just a no-brainer. Who will and should win will be The Shape of Water. The production design was arguably the highlight of the film for a lot of people. It's one of those things where the production design combined with the cinematography is just something that you could just take out of the movie and just be like, yep, that deserved to win. So yeah, I think it's gonna go to The Shape of Water, and it will and should go to The Shape of Water. For best makeup and hairstyling, there's really no competition. I think it's just going to go to The Darkest Hour. Wonder and Victoria and Abdul, I don't think stand a chance, and if anyone has a chance to upset, it will probably be Wonder, just for the makeup for Jacob Tremblay. But I think that they're just gonna give it to The Darkest Hour. So yeah, Darkest Hour will and should win for best hair and makeup. For best film editing, who I want to win is Baby Driver. I think the editing in that film is impeccable. It's amazing. It's one of the highlights of editing for 2017 for me, at least in my opinion. However, I can see them giving it to Dunkirk because Lee Smith just does a great job, and he has yet to get his due for working on any of Christopher Nolan's films. So I honestly don't mind to see Dunkirk winning, but I do want Baby Driver to win, and who I think will win will be Lee Smith for Dunkirk. For best costume design, Step Away, Beauty of the Beast. They're going to go into the Phantom Thread. Phantom Thread is going to win. Mark Bridges, his work on the film is just immaculate. The clothing was one of the highlights of the film. The dressmaking by Daniel Day-Lewis is just fantastic. But like, you know, Mark Bridges is the guy who made all of these clothing, and I think he should win. I think that the work is just great, and it speaks for itself, and he will and should win best costume design. For best cinematography, I think Roger Deakins is going to break his streak. I think he will and should win for Blade Runner. That's all I'm going to say. I think The Shape of Water has a good chance to take it home too, and Dunkirk, but if I had to give it to anybody, I think Blade Runner has the best chances here, so I'm going to go with Blade Runner for Roger Deakins. Best cinematography. See, now, best original screenplay, it's really tough for me because I love two of these screenplays on here, and they have like some of the biggest weight when it comes to contention for this category. We have Lady Bird and we have Get Out, and of course we have creeping right behind them, or probably right in the middle of them, is Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, which I feel is probably the least deserving of the 5 nominees right now. But anyway, until I get into that, I feel like Lady Bird will hopefully take it. I feel like it would be great to see Jordan Peele get some recognition, but I feel since Lady Bird is really the only award of the night for best original screenplay that Greta Gerwig will win or could win besides best directing, I feel like they might just give it to Greta Gerwig for Lady Bird. However, I would not be surprised if Three Billboards took it, and I would not mind Get Out taking it as well. So if I can, I'm going to make a tie right now. I want to say Lady Bird or Get Out should equally win this award. I think it should win this award, but who I think will win, it might go to Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Oh my God, it might go to Martin McDonagh. And I guess we'll just have to live with that. But I hope that Lady Bird or Get Out do it. I really hope so. For Best Adapted Screenplay, I have a feeling that they're just going to give it to Call Me By Your Name for James Ivory's screenplay. It was just amazing, immaculate, impeccable. I just think that it's so majestic, and Luca Guadagnino's direction combined with the screenplay just made for a perfect, almost near perfect film for me. And I think that it will and should win the Academy Award for Best Adapted Screenplay. Now for Best Supporting Actor, it was Willem Dafoe for a while for me, but now I feel like they're going to give it to Sam Rockwell. So out of the 5 nominees here, I honestly would love to see, I love Willem Dafoe. It probably should go to him. I'm just going to say it should go to Willem Dafoe, but it will go to Sam Rockwell. And I have no problem with that because I met him one day back when I was working in a movie theater 2 years ago, and he was the nicest guy ever. So I have no problem with him winning this award, and it's been overdue. He was great in Moon in 2009, and he's gotten little to no recognition since then. So I'm really happy for him right now. So hopefully he'll win. So I think that Sam Rockwell will win. Now for Best Supporting Actress in a Motion Picture, I think that Allison Janney will win. However, I think who should win is Laurie Metcalf. I feel like she gave a more complex performance than Allison Janney. Allison Janney, of course, it was great in I, Tonya. She played the mother from hell. However, I feel like Laurie Metcalf's performance in Lady Bird was more complex, you know what I mean? There was more back and forth between her and the daughter. I felt like it was hard to read her more often than it was to read Allison Janney's character in I, Tonya, because she was just a bad person. So it's just really on the edge for me, but I hope that Laurie Metcalf wins, but I think that Allison Janney will win. Now for Best Actor in a Leading Role, I hope that Timothée Chalamet wins. I doubt it though. I think that they're going to give it to Gary Oldman for The Darkest Hour. However, I would not mind if Timothy or Daniel Kaluuya or even Daniel Day-Lewis took it home. I think Denzel was just in there just to be there, but I feel like those other three minus Gary Oldman, I think those should win. Timothée Chalamet should win here, but I think they're going to give it to Gary Oldman, so he will win. Now for Best Actress, it's kind of like a closer race than Best Actor in my opinion. I feel like it could either go to Frances or Saoirse, and out of those two, I feel like Saoirse Ronan should win, but I think that Frances McDormand will win, and I understand why. She was great in 3 Billboards. I think she was perfect. However, I think Saoirse was perfect too. So there you go. I think that she was able to provide some of the most human, heartfelt American teenager performance ever. Greta Gerwig commended her so well, and I feel like she should win, but probably gonna give it to Frances for 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Now for Best Director. I think everybody knows that Guillermo del Toro has the best chance to win. However, I would love an upset from Greta Gerwig or Jordan Peele. Or even Christopher Nolan. I would not mind him to win either. Or my man Paul Thomas Anderson. I would not mind him to win either. I have no quarrel against Guillermo del Toro. I've loved his films ever since Pan's Labyrinth. I just feel like he's been really inconsistent though. But I think with The Shape of Water he does something special. But I do think that every other film nominated with him I like a little bit better. So that's just my taste, I guess you can say. So I want either Greta or Jordan Peele to win, but I think that I feel like Guillermo del Toro will win. But I wouldn't mind if any of the other nominees won either. But I think it's going to be Guillermo del Toro. And I want Greta or Jordan. Now we are going to the main event, Best Picture. Who will win? There are 9 nominees nominated. We got The Darkest Hour, The Post, Phantom Thread, Call Me by Your Name, Dunkirk, Get Out, Lady Bird, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, and last but not least, The Shape of Water. Who will win out of the 9 nominees? Well, I think that out of all the nominees, I think that the one that has, or the 3 films that have the most chance to win this year are Lady Bird, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, and The Shape of Water. The Shape of Water because it's been winning a lot of the other film awards recently. Same thing with 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. And then Lady Bird because I feel like the power of a female director will be like a force to be reckoned with this year at the Oscars, considering the whole Me Too movement and everything like that happening in Hollywood right now. I want either, Call Me by Your Name, I want Get Out, I want Dunkirk, I want Phantom Thread, I want, basically, everyone else besides The Darkest Hour and The Post to win. But I have a feeling that they may give it to 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. But I have a feeling that The Shape of Water will win. I think The Shape of Water will win with 3 Billboards right behind it. And I feel like the one that I want to win is my favorite film of the year, and that would be Call Me by Your Name. But I just don't think it has a chance this year, unfortunately. That's basically my Oscar predictions for 2018. I hope that it's a good show. I hope that the people win that should win. And the ones that I want to win, but who knows. I hope it's not a boring ceremony. I hope that there are some upsets like I mentioned in the video, and I just hope that everything goes well. Who knows what happens? We'll see come March 4th. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys like and subscribe, that would be so awesome. And I'll talk to you guys soon with my next movie review or just video essay or whatever I decide to do. You guys have a great one, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.